Yo, we're back on JJK. Man, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm excited. I am excited. We really got our JJK Shippuden. Like, it's actually a real thing. There were memes about it coming out, like, what, when Gege first entered the manga, saying, oh, he's gonna make a JJK Shippuden. People thought it was a meme, wasn't gonna happen, but here we are. Man's doing it. Granted, it's gonna be like a mini series, but still, we still got the JJK Shippuden. But this is more in the lines of kind of like if JJK is Naruto, then JJK, I think this is called Modulo. It's kind of like board. It's like the board generations. You know what I mean? There's like a generational gap. Like this is the grandchildren of the sorcerers and whatnot. So I'm going to talk about it. I want to wait for at least like the first two chapters to drop before I actually start talking about it. Make sure I got some good thoughts and things about the stuff, you know. So here I am talking about it, and so far, it's intriguing. It's intriguing, I could say the least. I kind of like how they set up. Like instead of it being like the kids of the sorcerers, like it's their grandkids. So like we skipped a whole generation. It's like the whole new era. So I like that. I think that's a pretty good idea. So like there's a good separation from the two, you know. So that's nice to see. So the whole summary right now is we got these aliens called Sumerians. Sumerians. It starts with an S. They were waiting for kind of like the sorcerers, the strong sorcerers, to like die out, and then they're going to like kind of invade Earth, quote unquote, just because they're refugees, practically. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the summary of like why we have aliens now, and I kind of just comparing the two. It's kind of like what Boruto's doing, like how we have these big fights on Earth, and now we're moving on to like the alien side of things. Like there's this other thing or level we need to like break past, and that's aliens now, you know. And the thing is, they're like all on the level of Sukuna. That's what they're trying to hype up. Like these guys are Sukuna level, you know. So that's interesting as well. I like that. That's a good concept. They're still at that. I want to say Sukuna is still like the peak. I like how they're kind of still paying respect to Sukuna. Like, hey, these guys are on Sukuna's level. So now there's next generation has to now catch up to the older generation, and like now they have to beat like their modern day Sukuna. That's nice to see. I like how they're paying respect to the older generation. Like saying, "Oh, this guy just flex away Sukuna." That would be sucky. That would be unfair. I wouldn't like that. That'd be like, bro, we just had these guys fight Sukuna for like 60 chapters, and I just say, "Oh, like these new guys could one shot him." I don't like that. Them saying, "Oh, they're on his level," that's good. I'm cool with that. Moving forward, the main characters of the show right now are the grandchildren of Yuta and Maki. So Yuta and Maki, they had kids, they had grandchildren now. The granddaughter's name is Yuka, and the grandson's name is Suguri. We're just gonna call him Sue. So they're brother and sister, and Sue was more close to Maki, and Yuka was more close to Yuta. And right now they have a rivalry between who wants the ring of Yuta, because that's like a family heirloom, right? And Yuta first gave it to Yuka, like, hey, this is for you, this is to protect you and whatnot, and she was because she cherished it. That's like her grandfather's ring. She cherished it. She's happy. But then once Yuta died, the Hires of the family gave the ring to Sue. And apparently the reason behind that was they think he's kind of weak and they want to give him the ring for it to protect him. So now Sue wants to get stronger to show that he doesn't need the ring, but Yuka wants to get strong to prove that she deserves the ring. So like it's kind of like that back and forth of, hey, I'm trying to get stronger to get the ring while he's trying to get strong so he can give the ring back to his sister. So that's their whole rivalry. Like, and then the chapter or chapter 2, they're saying, hey, I'm going to be great like my grandparent. You know what I mean? So that was nice to see. I like that. I think that's kind of cool. Natural rivalry setting up, see how strong they are. Freaking Sue was getting memed on pretty hard because like man literally got captured with ease, and then got beat up too in the chapter. And then like once his sister came to help out and save him, he then beat up on his sister, and then they beat up the bad guy together. Kind of funny. He was kind of getting memed off a little bit, but not too hard, I guess. Then we have the alien who's a part of their trio. His name is Maru, and like his role is kind of like to like sit by with the Jujutsu sorcerers and like kind of see if they're compatible, if humans are compatible to be with Sumerians. You know what I mean? If they aren't, there'll be war. If they are, there won't be war. We could be very civil. We could be live in harmony, as they said. You know. So that's all the moving parts per se. I think that's like a pretty decent summary of what's going on with these chapters, 2 chapters. And what else can I say? We had like one fight in the first chapter. It was okay, nothing too crazy. Like Yuka, she has like this, tiger dragon fist or whatever. That's kind of neat. And Saguri, he takes after Maki. He doesn't have like a lot of curse energy, but he can still kind of use curse energy. So he could use. So he doesn't have like a lot of curse energy. So he works more of his physical side, but he could still use like he used like a simple domain in that chapter, and like his sword makes like sparks and fires and whatnot. So that's their power set right now. I want to see more. Then for how chapter 1 ended, Mario ended up using like his curse energies to like knock out the guy somehow with his third eye. So that was pretty interesting. So it's like very bare minimum. We barely got anything going on. I say if you want to compare the first 3 chapters to like the first 3 of JJK, or the first two, around the same level, we kind of, with JJK, we kind of like got to see Gojo, like we kind of got to see like the strongest immediately, like the strongest, demon, quote unquote, like in his base form. But with this kind of like, setting up like, their powers, like I think they're trying to just catch up, so like I think this whole story is them trying to be as strong as the previous generation and low key at some point surpass them, that would be the end goal. So the big bad is the big bad is like, I don't know his name yet, I think, but it's like this demon like figure, has like I think 4 eyes, maybe 2. Has horn. I'll show a picture of him. Obviously, they didn't reveal his name. He looks kind of cool, but right now he's just kind of like stoic aura farming pretty hard. Not much to be said about him just yet. Hopefully we probably won't see him fight for like a long time. I don't know. We might see something pop off with him. Hopefully, I don't know. But yeah, that's really it. It's just the first few chapters, and they feel kind of short too. So there's not really much to say, if I'm being real with you guys. But it is what it is. I'm excited. I think it's like a weekly manga too. So I guess we'll be back on our weekly JJK stuff, bro. We got One Piece in action. JJK back. Is back to peak. What was it? 2024? Was that when I was doing this? 2023? It's back to those times, bro. I'm excited, bro. Like that was the peak for sure, and it's gonna be a good time for sure. And yeah, I'm done rambling now. That's enough of me talking and whatnot. It has been real. If you guys mess with the video, please like and subscribe. I stream on Twitch when I stream on Twitch. I'll leave that in the description below. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch y'all next time. All right, be easy. Uh-oh. It didn't stop recording. That's embarrassing. Let me try that again. Take it easy.